بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أبنائي وبنات الطلبة، أسعد الله أوقاتكم. This is our lecture for today in our course structure, and today we're going to talk about verb tenses and aspect. We are going to focus in this part of the lecture on the present continuous and the present simple. So these are two tenses we are going to talk about, the present continuous and the present simple. To study tenses, the first thing we think about is the formation, how to form a sentence in this specific tense. So we are going to talk about how to form a sentence in the present continuous and how to form a tense in the present simple. Let me remind you of something. The present continuous is the same as the present progressive. Some books will refer to this tense as the present progressive. There is no problem, it is the same. When we talk about the formation of the present continuous, we use a present form of verb to be. What does this mean? It means am or is or are plus an active participle. The active participle is the verb plus ing. Here, these are some examples. I am, this is the present form of verb to be. Reading, this is an active participle. The same thing. We are reading. He or she, it is reading. As for the present simple, we can form this tense by using the base form, or what we refer to as the S form. We can say I, you, we, they read, he, she, it reads. To form a sentence in the negative in this tense, we just use not after am or is or are in the present continuous. We say I'm not reading, you are not reading, she is not reading, but in the present simple, we use a form of verb to do. So here we say, I do not read or she does not read. As for the questions, as you know, we form the question by using the auxiliary verb. Here, in our case, in the case of the continuous tenses, the present continuous, we have verb to be as an auxiliary. So we start with it. We start with it in the case that we want to form a question. We can say, am I reading? Are you reading? Is she reading? But again, in the present continuous, we have to use a verb, okay, or a form of verb to do. So, do I read, or does he or she or it read? Once we finish the form, we need to talk about the use. What are the cases in which we can use the present continuous? We use the present continuous for a present action over a period of time. Something which is happening over a period of time, or something that we are in the middle of now. This means that this action has started, but it hasn't finished yet. Let's look at this example. When you say, your friends are waiting for you, this means that your friends are in the middle of the action of waiting. They started waiting, but they haven't finished yet. Another example, I am just ironing this shirt. This means that you are in the middle of this action. And these are some expressions which we use with the present continuous. What are these expressions? We use the present continuous with expressions such as now, at the moment, at present, just, already, and still. This is an example. When we say, we'd better get home, we are decorating the living room at the moment. Okay, so at the moment is a typical expression which we use with this tense, the present continuous. As for the different uses of the present simple, okay, the first point is that we use the present simple for a present state. What do we mean by a present state? We mean a feeling, we mean opinion, we mean relation or fact. So we use the present simple to express our feelings, our opinions, relation or facts. The first sentence here, Mrs. Adam loves Shakespeare. So this is a feeling, and it is in the present simple. I think it's a good idea. This is opinion, and it is in the present simple. This book belongs to me. Okay, this is relation. Okay, this book belongs to my sister. This is relation. And silicon is a chemical element, and this is a fact. The second point, we use the present simple also for repeated actions. What do we mean by repeated actions? We mean routines or habits or things which happen again and again, things which we do every day. Let's have some examples. When we say he usually drives to work, this is a repeated action, something which he does every day. We do lots of things in our spare time. Okay, so we talk about repeated actions which we do in our spare time. There are, of course, some typical expressions which we use with the present simple, and these expressions are always, often, usually, sometimes, ever, never. Okay, and these are called adverbs of frequency. And in addition to these, we have sometime expressions which we use like every day, every week, once, twice a week, or on Fridays, in the morning, at 7 o'clock, at 10 o'clock, and so on. I said just now, always is one of the adverbs of frequency which we use with the present simple. However, we can use always with the continuous to mean very often or too often. When we say, I am always losing things, this is something which happens to me very often. I can never find anything. So compare these two sentences. When we say, our teacher always gives us a test, this is every lesson. Okay? And this is a present simple. But if we say, our teacher is always giving us tests, this is very often, not every lesson. This is the difference between the use of always in the present simple and the use of always in the present continuous. Now let's compare the uses of the present simple and the uses of the present continuous. So we have the present simple versus present continuous. Usually when we have an instant action, something that happens instantly, we use the present simple. But when we have an action that is taking place over a period of time, we use the present continuous. Look at this. This is part of some comments on a football match. So the commentator says, Hacker passes the ball to Short. Short moves inside, but barely wins it back for United. So here the man describes the action as it happens instantly. But when we have an action taking over a period of time, when you are talking about yourselves, for example, you can say, we are taking a grammar course this semester. It means that you are taking the grammar course beginning with the beginning of the semester, and you will continue till the end of the semester. This is what we mean over a period of time. We can also use reporting verbs. The reporting verbs are verbs like tell, say. Okay, these verbs, when we have a written word, we use the present simple. We can use the present simple of a reporting verb, okay, when we are reporting what someone else says. When we say it says or it said, it is the same whether we use the present simple or whether we use the past simple in this case. So it says or it said in the paper that there is going to be a strike, or the notes warns. So warns here is a reporting verb. The notes warns passengers to take care. One of the things I wanted to tell you about is that we can use the present continuous or the present simple to refer to the future. But we use the present continuous to talk about what someone has arranged to do. So if you plan to do something in the future, in this case, you use the present continuous. Let's look at this example. When you say, Sadi is coming to stay with us next week. This is a plan. This is arrangement. That's why we use the present continuous to refer to the future. But we use the present simple for actions and events which are part of a timetable. And if something is part of a timetable, we mean that this is something which is repeated. When we say the plane arrives at 6 a.m. tomorrow, this means that this plane arrives, okay, at the same time every day or every week. So this is a schedule. This is a timetable. Okay? Thank you.